Congratulations, MrBinman.com. WLORFM.
Now, this programme's experience with NCPS is that they simply do not do radio interviews. We're onto them, and it's pretty much a useless exercise. And we also know that we've been to the HSE before on this issue, and they simply say, well, it's down to NCPS because they have the contract to run the car parks at the hospital. And you're caught between a rock and a hard place on that. Now, Barry Dignam and Hugh Welsh celebrated their civil partnership at a registry office in Dublin yesterday. The couple were not the first to do so, as 6 such civil partnerships have taken place since the beginning of the year. But they were the first to do so publicly. As the couple were invited to kiss at the end of the ceremony, a familiar tune broke out, according to the Irish Times. Laughter ensued as a penny dropped that it was in fact the orchestral version of ABBA's Dancing Queen. The song, a well-kept surprise just to gay it up, said Mr Dignam, will go down as the first that he and Mr Welsh heard as civil partners. While nerves are generally part and parcel of anyone's big day, the media attention surrounding yesterday's ceremony made it even more nerve-wracking for the pair. They were the first to have entered a civil partnership after the 3-month notice period without receiving a court exemption, as 6 other couples had done for various reasons. And although they appeared the epitome of calm as they made their way to the civil registration office on Lower Grand Canal Street in Dublin, both men admitted to being nervous on the inside. The elated couple emerged to cheers and were presented with their certificate by Registrar Caroline Hamill, a piece of paper that Mr Dignam said would make a huge practical difference in their lives. Quote, now if an accident happens and one of us has to go to hospital with the other, that other person's views will be taken into account. We're now each other's next of kin, unquote. We're basically just 2 faces. We are interchangeable with thousands of gay couples who live in this country and who love each other and who are going to do this, he added. He said full marriage was the next natural step. Now, we're sticking with this subject, sort of, but it has another variation. Kevin Kelly sent us an email yesterday, or maybe it was a text, or was it on Monday? I think it was Monday, saying that he wanted to set up in Waterford a support group for gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgendered parents. And to be honest, how we read that was that he was a straight man who had perhaps gay, lesbian, bisexual or transgendered offspring. That isn't the case. He himself is a gay man who happens to be a parent, and he joins me now. Good morning, Kevin.
Morning, Billy.
Welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
Now, originally from Liverpool, you've been living in Waterford for 17 years.
I have, yes.
Tell us your story about coming to terms with your own homosexuality.
Well, Billy, what it was, I was about 17, 18. I thought I was gay, but wasn't too sure about it. Met a girl, fell in love with her, married her, had children. And as time went by, I just thought, I can't live this lie. I told my wife that I was gay, and her response was, I expected it.
Now, many women listening to us will find that unbelievable, Kevin, that she expected it and still, for so many years stayed in the marriage.
Yeah, we only did it actually, I think, for the sake of the children as well, because at the time, the children were only young, and I'd rather be there to support her with the children than walk away.
And how did you negotiate the separation, therefore? Because I'm assuming that you did break up eventually.
We did, yes. What happened was my ex-wife sort of went back over to England, and I went back over to England about 2 or 3 months later. And I just said to her, can we get a divorce and whatever? And she just turned around and said yes. So, we went and done the procedure of getting divorced and everything else, and that's what happened.
And are you still on good terms with your ex-wife?
Oh, brilliant. We're the best of friends.
And how did your children react? And indeed, what ages were there? Do you mind me asking you when you came out?
I say my eldest was about 10, and I think my youngest was only about 2 or 3. But they just turned around and said, we don't care. Well, my eldest one said, we don't care what you are, who you are. You're still our daddy.
And they love you?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And from the point of coming out, did you continue to have a role in their lives?
Oh, all the time. All the time. Yeah, I'm always there for them, and they know that themselves,
Now, in coming to terms with your own homosexuality, coming out to your wife and to your immediate family, did you come out, wholesale, so to speak, to the general public, workmates, relations, that kind of thing?
To talking about work, mate, one of the people I worked with said to me one day, like, you remind me of Graham Norton. And I said, what do you mean by that? Like, just the way Graham Norton acts and everything else. And I said, what do you mean by that? Like, well, he's gay, like, are you? And I just turned around and said, I am, like, but that doesn't bother my job or anything else, like, and she turned around and said, oh, no, she said, we're cool about it, like, you're one of us, like, and I said, what do you mean one of us? Like, and she said, you're one of the girls, like, and I said, no, I'm not a girl, like, I'm a man and whatever. And she just laughed about it, like, and then she told everybody else in work.
And were you living and working in the UK at this point, or here in Ireland?
Here in Ireland.
In Waterford?
In Waterford, yes.
And did you have any hurdles to actually cross?
None at all.
Would you consider yourself lucky, therefore, in that?
Definitely lucky, yes.
Because I'm sure that there are gay married men listening to us this morning who perhaps are living in fear.
Yeah, no,
and might, yeah.
Mine was actually really so smooth and whatever. Like, I was actually shocked myself. Like, the of the support and everything else I got from family, friends, and everybody else. Like, it was just absolutely brilliant.
Listening to various radio programmes yesterday about the civil partnerships, I mean, it was obviously predominantly the Commons were supportive of the couples getting civil partnerships. But there were a few where really the Commons smacked of homophobia, because it's still out there, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. It is. But like touch wood and whatever, I've never had a problem with that. I mean, as I say, I am what I am. I don't give a damn what people think I am. Like, I am who I am, and I just go and do my daily things, what I need to do and whatever else,
So you're still friends with your former wife, you're still a good father to your children.
I am, yeah.
You have a good relationship with them.
Oh, yeah.
So therefore, why do you want to set up this support group for parents like yourself?
Well, a few weeks ago I attended a transgender seminar here in Waterford. And I was actually listening to a story from one of the transgendered people who said, like, that because of what they were and whatever, that they couldn't see the children or anything else. And my heart sunk and whatever, thinking, oh my God, I can see my children whenever I want. They only live around the corner from me, and everything else. And after the end of the meeting, I just walked away and said, I need to do something about this. And that's why I thought I set up this LGBT parent support group here in Waterford.
To what end? I mean, what do you hope might be the outcome of this support group?
Well, it's to give support, and hopefully, to get the parents, the LGBT parents and their children all to come in together and do things with them together, with other LGBT parents as well.
Because in talking through the issues, you might be able to cope perhaps better with them.
More than likely, yes, because I've been there and everything else.
And please, obviously, I don't want names, but do you think that there are many gay parents, bisexual, transgendered and lesbian parents in Waterford?
There probably is, Billy, yes. Mm-hmm.
Probably think that they're alone.
Well, that's why I've set up this support group, so they won't be alone. That there's somebody out there to help them and probably support them in everything that they want to do.
Can I read out to you two comments, right? And they're absolutely opposite to one another. This reads, Billy, yesterday was an historic day for the island. Really made me happy to listen to the two lads on the Mooney show yesterday. Love conquers all. I'm not gay, but have friends who have been persecuted for years. Nazi Ireland is on the way out, I hope. And that comes in with a smiley, 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 smiley. However, here's another one which reads, bisexuality, homosexuality, transsexuality are mental disorders, and all these people should get psychiatric treatment at some stages in their lives. Didn't God just create all men and no... Sorry, God... Well, why didn't God just create all men and no women? And this comes in from Jerry. Well, Jerry should be told that homosexuality and all the rest that he's described in there, it's not a psychiatric illness, but that was taken off the American Psychiatric Association's list of illnesses back in the 60s. So there's two opposing attitudes. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
Well, everyone's has their own opinion, Billy, and I mean, I can't condemn anybody else for what they want to say about me or about the LGBT or whatever else, I mean, everyone, as I said, has their own opinion. So.
Since coming out, how healthier do you think you have been? I mean, that's in your head.
Oh, more healthier. I mean, I can, I don't have that, I don't have that burden, like, you know, that I was carrying for such a long time and everything else, like, you know, and I can just be myself, talk to my parents about it, talk to my ex-wife about it.
How are your parents?
How are they?
No, but how did they react?
Oh, they were brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Like, you know, as my mother said, like, you know, you're my son and I still love you no matter what you are.
So, Kevin, to go back to the support group, obviously this will be held in private and people's privacies will be respected. But when do you hope to get it up and going?
Well, our first meeting, Billy, is the 11th of May at 7 o'clock in the Waterford Area Partnership on the Ultramore Road.
So give us that date again. It's the
11th of May.
11th of May, okay.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to attend, they should obviously contact you and we have your numbers.
They can contact us on Facebook.
Okay, what's the Facebook page?
LGTB Parents Waterford.
Mm-hmm.
Or even email us at lgtbparents@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. Good luck with that.
Thanks, Billy.
Oh, by the way, before you go, this says, Billy, I know that chap. I wish him well. I'm not gay, but at least he's honest. There you go. Well done, Kevin. Thank you.
Thanks, Billy. Bye.
Bye-bye. Kevin Kelly, who's trying to set up a Waterford gay parent support group. Well, a support group for gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgendered parents. Not gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender people who are the parents of others, but who are gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgender themselves and who have families.